Yeah, really good team. I mean, let's not shortchange Louisiana Tech. They're 10-2. Last week they went to Memphis, and Memphis just went to Clemson and beat them. They were beating Memphis at halftime, and it was a 1-2 possession game, late in the game at Memphis. And so this is a good team. It's Conference USA. Again, they're gonna be a really good team all year. Bacho's a handful coming into their place. I think it's a great compliment to our program that they make such a big deal of us coming in and playing here. And, our guys got to respond when teams bring their best at us. You got to bring your best back to win. And, I thought we had a lot of guys bring great effort, great intensity, had a will to win. Unfortunately, we came up short at the end.
They jumped on you with that 13-2 start, but when you got Bacho in the foul trouble, it seemed like your team was much more willing to attack the lane and the rim to get back in it at that point.
Yeah, he's really good. You saw the difference he makes from the first half when he's out to the second half when he's in. He's a handful. Newman's really good in the ball screens. I thought the two key plays of the game for them where we played great defense, we fought back, game was tied, and with one on the shot clock, Abrams hit ones from the letters out there at the buzzer to give him a 3-point lead. And then the next one was we fight back, we cut it to one, and Newman hits a 25-footer with under 5 on the shot clock. Those two plays, if they miss those, we get rebounds, take the lead. Maybe the last 3-4 minutes are a lot different. But when you're on the road, again, your margin of error is so small. And, you got to win by 10 when you're on the road to get it done. And unfortunately, we just didn't do that tonight.
Coach, a couple times early in the first half, you mixed in the second team. Felt like it almost feels weird. It almost feels like sometimes the starters, when there's 2 starters on the floor with 3 or 3 starters with 2, they seem to gel a little bit better, especially in that second half. Luke, Caleb, and Styles came in with Ray and Jacoby, and they looked great for a while there.
Yeah, you want to win your non-conference games. Every game we go into, we want to win. We're also learning a lot. We learned a lot on this road trip, a lot about our team, a lot about our players, a lot of things, moving forward that we can work on. And so, you never want to lose. Our goals, again, we want to win every game. We definitely want to win the conference, win the conference tournament. And these 2 games showed us some things that we need to do to put our guys in situations to hopefully be able to do that.
Are the roles a little bit more clearly defined sometimes when those guys come in off the bench and guys know, what shots they want at those moments?
I wish I could say that, but, Ray, Duke, Colin, and Tyon played 35 games together last year and started. I love the willingness of the guys off the bench that come in and they play pure basketball. They work really hard and practice every day, and they want to win. And so was really proud of their effort. And obviously we got to regroup and go through some things with some guys and hopefully get them back on track.
Coach, got to talk about it again. 22% from behind the arc, 6 of 27 3-point shooting. But, you probably liked the vast majority of those threes, right? They're pretty good looks.
Yeah, scheduling was very difficult. We would have never, ever played this game where we played it. It's Conference USA Challenge, with the WAC. So we had this date. We had a chance to play Georgia, a top 40 team in Atlanta. And so we didn't want to turn that game down. But, Ray's 1 for 7, and the ball doesn't even make it halfway to the rim on most of those 3-point attempts. And so, we don't use Georgia as an excuse, but scheduling is so important. And I got to do a better job getting ahead of this in the future with scheduling. It's super hard to get games. But, doing a back-to-back basically after a super physical Georgia game for 40 minutes, I think you saw the legs come out a little bit on some of our 3-point shooting on guys.
It did seem like the physicality your defense carried over in the first half, and it kind of got them out. They were high turnover in the first half. How did they settle in the second half to not commit those same ones?
Yeah, well, first Bacho's on the court makes a big difference because he's such a rim runner. We were there on a lot of those you saw, and he just reached up over the top of us and tipped it in or scored it. And we've played 3 really, really good centers already this year, and you look at those, and they're as good as any center in the country. Hopefully we're done playing that size and length for a while. Obviously St. Louis has one of the better centers, but he's a different type center. This stuff's going to make us better. It's going to make our bigs better, make our guards better finishing, and also show them, what we need to work on in practice to get better to beat teams like this that have the height in the middle.
You know, Coach, 13-7 for Duke, 19-5 for Jacoby. I thought our bigs played pretty well in there. I mean, Baccio was a handful, but especially when he was out of the game, those guys played really strong and physical inside.
They did, and you know, Duke was beat down after that Georgia game. I mean, he was battling those guys. He played 30-some minutes, and he was beat down coming into this game. But he's a warrior. You know, him 24 minutes. Thought he was productive, and I really was happy with Jacoby. You know, I thought he really played with a lot of energy. He played basketball the right way, moved the ball, took good shots, and you know, I was really happy with his performance tonight.
You mentioned with Ray Harrison, a lot of it seems to be short. Are you seeing some of the same things with Tyon Grant Foster right now? The shots flat and short usually on his threes. The last one when he went in, he got a lot of arc on it and it almost went down, rattled out.
Yeah, you know, sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. For him, it's not going in right now. You know, there's other parts of the game, though, that you can do, and I thought at Georgia he did a great job getting 6 steals. You know, he's a much better player than he's playing, and, you know, my job as a coach is, you know, we got to get it out of him. So we've been trying different things in the last month, and we're going to keep trying more things till we get him back on track.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. We'll see you back in Phoenix.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, those fans.
That's head coach Bryce Drew with his thoughts after this game. We'll take a break, come back and wrap things up.